welcome y'all. kingkobra35 e-bike adventure nighttime. So before we get started, just making sure everything's locked and loaded. Gloves are on and everything. And we are in the area of Costa Mesa again, heading to Westminster. Pretty good solid ride still, like I said, the back tire being all armor protection, and just cruising it. I did want to cruise by one area right here before jamming out. So because I saw a homeless kid walking down this way, and usually that's what I kind of do for a living, just walk around an area and tell people to leave the property if they're doing something wrong. I guess he's not really hanging out back here. Even though it's after my hours are working or whatever, I still want to make sure there's like no chances to like sleep on the property before I leave it. I just get really sketched out about that. I always like to see a clean area that I work at when I leave, so it's just like, okay, everything's cool when I left, and I made sure. So everything was pretty straight, and it was actually a really nice, good, smooth day here. So we're going to head up harbor, out of the back of the area where I resigned to work at sometimes. And just see what's happening. The area Costa Mesa all the way down to Westminster. So sand and all that too. We'll check it out. Pretty much gonna head the same way we always do, and check out everything. But every time I watch the videos, it seems just like a light show. So I really am tired of making a thumbnail nighttime cruise. And unless maybe like a car accident like that's going on, or something where there's a whole bunch of cops pulled over. But otherwise, it seemed pretty chill, pretty calm so far. And it's been a really smooth day. Didn't really have any trouble with any invisible people. And I hope I get the whole week sometimes. Give some shout outs to my boy I watch on YouTube, John Hicks. Thank you for encouraging me to go ahead and start recording my bicycle rides. I watch your videos so much, and it's like, okay, I could do that too. And he was like, yeah, you can. And one of the videos, he was like, yeah, anybody can be doing it. But just be careful. Okay. Well, I'm being careful in Orange County. I've known Orange County for like the longest time ever. And I am doing a lot of work with Orange County, and a lot of the police officers out here kind of like know what I do for a living and know who I am, and it's pretty chill. I've asked them a whole bunch of questions before I even started doing it, and they said, yeah, go ahead. It'd be kind of cool for people to watch on YouTube. I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. So it works out just fine, you know. And then me being as a music artist, I mean, it's kind of helped me get subscribers on my page by reaching out and doing that activity of recounting, acting, and talking to you guys. Sprinklers are on again right here. They're on every single night. Oh, got whacked in the face with water. I didn't really get my glasses, but I did get whacked in the face with a little bit of water. So you guys are probably like wondering why I don't show off the bike on the videos. I haven't done that yet. I haven't even thought about doing that yet because I want to do it at a special time and a special place to really show off the bike. I've been riding and showing you how I hook up the camera and like that, you know. But I just really like the view of it on the videos like this right here, and having you guys kind of wonder what kind of bike I'm riding and how it looks and everything. Well, if you go onto the internet, look up, and there are e-bikes, and you'll probably see one just like mine, and they probably run about a little bit more or a little bit less, depending on what style you're looking at. Mine is a Cyclist 2, I believe. It's 48 volts, and that will take you about 26 miles an hour, but I'm a pretty light dude, so I've gotten 27. Topped out one time at 28, and that was going on a flat ground. One time I was going up a hill, and I looked down at the speedometer, and I had it on pedal assist, and topped out at 27 miles an hour going up a hill. So I guess maybe with pedal assist you can go faster, but they say that the bike should only top out at 26 miles an hour. I did not believe that until the manual, after I've been driving it around and riding around, whatever you want to call it. So we are coming out of Mesa Bay River, and we are down by off of Boulevard, Coast Mesa still, and everything seems really smooth, really nice, and really fun factor. Still with my glasses, my prescription glasses on, and I am seeing everything clear. I mean, like a mile away now, like, or more, I can see that there is a police car doing something. Before, I was having a blur, and I could read some signs, and I wouldn't be able to see some certain things, and I wasn't really paying attention a lot of times too. So we're going to head down here Harbor. You want to pull out, dude? Because I'll let you run the red light. I ain't scared. I mean, I'll just stand there and just like watch you. So yeah, there is some flashing lights up here. Some kind of police activity going on. police activity in Costa Mesa, it's usually either someone getting pulled over or it's a homeless person sleeping someplace or doing something wrong. Or maybe a drunk drive or an activity of drugs. There's another rule. Hide back to he's taking off now. I'm not going to be able to see anything. He's taking off. Whatever it was, he's like pulled over, did something to somebody. Maybe give him a ticket or something like that. And now he's just driving away. So we missed out on that one. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera or not, but my tires are humming. If you got a bike and your tires are humming like mine, that means you got something good going on. Seriously. I think it was this dude I heard there pulled over. He might have got pulled over for being on the wrong side of the road and just riding on the wrong side of the road, the sidewalk. And he probably told the cop, I'm on the sidewalk, I ain't gonna get hurt. It's possible. And I got a ticket one time for doing that. Actually, more than one time. Because I really was thinking the same exact way. I got like 5 tickets in a row. Like 5 different days. And I went down to court and I served it in court, and they had me in jail too. And when the guy picked me up, he put me in the wrong area of cell. And I was like, why'd you guys stick me on the OAC with a whole bunch of murderers and druggies and rapists and all that when I did nothing at all? And what happened was the guy who was a cop mistaken me for somebody else. And I was like, dude, I ain't that person. Yeah, but you got the tattoos. So, yeah, but that ain't me, dude. Anybody can have tattoos the same as somebody else. Or almost the same as somebody else. You know? And you're going to judge a book by its cover? So he did. He judged a book by its cover. And was saying that I was from a gang and all sorts like that. Like, dude, whatever. Okay. I never was jumped in the gang in my whole life, dude. But I know a whole bunch of bangers out there. So maybe that was the concept. I just knew them, and he was trying to get words out of me or something. But that's that part, you know. Well, I could say, whoa, dude, excuse me. I didn't see him come out. Blind spot. He had a burger in his mouth too, or french fries or something like that. Calm down. So I went to the court anyways, and everything. I told the judge, there's about maybe a good 20 or 30 people ride their bikes on the side of the road, on the wrong side of the road, and this is really why he stuck me inside of Lacey jail, because of unpaid tickets, and I can't afford to even pay one ticket. At the time, I had a mediocre job, you know. I was making like about a good just enough to pay rent. Maybe sometimes a little bit over, not too much. And at that time, my rent was fairly cheap to a lot of people. And I was like, okay, yeah, it may seem cheap to you, but pretty expensive to me with the job I had. Only making $10 bucks an hour and having to pay $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 a month. Thank you, bro. He's gonna let me go. go. And I could barely afford it, so paying that much money out on a little mediocre job, you know, that was hard money to make. But to the cop, he was like, whatever, I'm just going to give you a ticket like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times. And another thing I explained to the judge, the honor, whatever you want to call her, is that I was trying to cross the street safely, which was true. There was no crosswalk by the area, and yes, I was on a bicycle, and I'm like, okay, so those people want me to cross at no crosswalk and a light there, but no crosswalk. So if a car's flying by and the light's supposed to be red, whatever, and I'm trying to come across and there's no crosswalk and I get hit by a car, who's paying for that bill? And the honor was like, you are. And I go, okay, there's like millions of people out there riding on the wrong side of the road all the time. And when the officer stopped one other person besides me, the guy didn't even know how to speak English, and he didn't give him a ticket. So then the judge asked me, well, what was the officer's name? I said his last name is Harris. And he was just like, wow. Okay. So they had a talk with him, I guess, and then they had a talk quite a few times. And his sergeant called my phone one time. And I talked to the sergeant quite a few times. And he's like, don't you want to get your tickets paid off? Or something like that? I go, dude, I served time in jail for that shit. And you guys put me in the worst place ever, Old Lacey jail. We're absolutely doing nothing but riding the bike on the side of the road. Whatever. But that's a long time ago, and I kind of learned my lesson. I don't ride my bike on the wrong side of the road anymore, unless there was construction going on one side of the road, and I can't get by. I mean, that's the only time I'm going to do it. And I've seen tons of other people doing it, so I mean, dude, you need to stop them too. And gotta give me a ticket too or something like that, but that's just a long time ago. All my records are clean now. Like that. And I just been riding on the right side of the road all the time. I don't like to be on the street. I like to be on the sidewalk. And practically that's the law too, I heard. Oh dude, semi truck pull off, he pulls in behind me. Why'd you just pull in behind me, dude, when you knew I was going to go across? Semi truck pulling out. That's crazy. I mean, I had a green light. And the driver behind me is keeping on going. Turned into me. I got a white bike and yellow jacket on. Lights everywhere. I think my lights are going to turn one back on. Back. And that goes on to my seat. There we go. That was on now. And I got my headlight on. I actually do have a headlight. Sorry, my helmet. And then I have one hooked up to my handlebars. I used to cruise around the radio one way before I got the camera. And I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I was radio on this going through, and it was really super cool. It was really keep me entertained and keep me awake and everything. But the whole thing was, cars would drive by and they would honk at me, and they would. I almost had like 2 accidents, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting a camera for this thing. I'm starting to film my rides. Just because of that factor. And I've seen other people doing it too. I was like, okay, if they're going to do it, I'm going to do it. And we're all going to make sure, you know, we're cool in that situation. Here we are. Kind of like racing against the bus. Or riding with the bus. Meet you by Warner. It's like, what? Looking at me. I took my bike all the way down here. Back and forth to work, dude. I mean, I am not going to spend that much money on buses, dude. For the same price it cost me for 2 day pass, 2 monthly passes. I got my tire fixed, and I'm back on the road. And even on the bus, passes will last me 2 months right there, and that's it. The bike's gonna last way more than that. At least I'm hoping so, you know? And just like a car or anything else, you always gotta pay maintenance and spend money on just about everything you have on it. So that's one sure thing. Popping on through, taking the grass up. There's a lot of people standing over there. The bus is kind of behind me, about 3 stops back. And I got shoe tires. So on the grass, that was kind of cool. Give me a good walker up too. Here we are from Segerstrom and Harbor Boulevard. You can take Segerstroms down here quite a few ways, and you'll run into street called Ohio, and that's where I go to my studio at, right there, in that area down there, Santa. And right nowadays, we are already having the golden hours, I found out. The golden hours of this is like an hour or 2 or 3 or something like that, and it gets free. And somehow you can do like 4 hours and get a whole free session. Like that. I was like, that's kind of cool. You know? I was telling my buddy I worked with in that situation, I said, I'll pass by the office and see what happens. He's like, yeah. And I always bring an artist into the studio. And it's a really cool, actual, extra, like, fun, entertaining job for myself. I didn't know at first if you wanted to start paying me to do it, or what you want to do. I just told him, you know what, I want sessions at the studio, man. And you can kick me down whatever you want to. I just want a session here and there, or something like that, you know. And we just work together, man. You know, and I'll pay for a session here and there too. And he was like, okay, cool. So, you know, we're all going to make it in the end, no matter what happens. So that was a cool thing. I always pay for my sessions too. And he's always got artists coming in, which is he likes, really good. So that's one very cool thing. Nope. And we are heading up the hill using pedal assist. Don't know if they want to do that the same way I do. Maybe they do, huh? They just don't do it. I don't know. That's the smartest thing you can ever do is work with a studio. Is associate rep, which is an A&R. A stands for associate. R stands for rep, so you're an associate rep with a studio, and that can be any studio, if you know the studio people. And if you make that agreement, I mean, basically your job is to bring people in, and that's what I've been doing for like a long time ever, is bringing people into the studio and have them get their things recorded, and then sometimes what I'll even do for some artists is I'll pay for it, take them down to the studio, get them in there so they can record a song and check it out, because a lot of these artists, they say they can mix and master and do all that, and sometimes some of your songs, I'm just being honest, have turned out really not that good, recorded wise. And it's not because of the noise here, it's because it was not clear enough and it was distorted. And on the outside of your vehicle, when you're playing the song, it just sounded like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo to where you couldn't even hear a word. My stuff, since I've been making music for a long time, and I took a lot of mixing and mastering online classes, I can do pretty good myself, but not as good as my buddy. Swerve. Oh, I don't know if I want to go by this guy over here. He's got a big old dog. That dog's huge. Car just taking me down on the bicycle. I'm gonna stay back here. Let them cross through. Oh, they're going the same way I am. So, I'm going to fly around on the street. I'm not scared of dogs, but when they're big dogs like that, and you're walking with somebody, and if you come zooming, flying by the person, you might just get bit. Because they're trying to protect their